What's up? Today I want to show you my recipe for Greek-inspired scalloped potatoes in the oven. One pan meal in a very light bechamel, ooey gooey cheesy, and super fun to make. So first things first, we're going to preheat our oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit or about 220 degrees Celsius. Get that off and running. So first things first, just going to throw my pan right on the burner. We're going to start stovetop and end up in the oven. So the star of our show, I've got a couple pounds of potatoes here. Nothing fancy at all. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to use the help of my amazing food processor. I'd be lost without this thing. It is absolutely fantastic. And all I'm going to do is just put it on and just let it do all the work in terms of slicing. That's it. My potatoes are done. They're ready to go. And I've done these about 1/4 of an inch, give or take, thick. I'm going to fire up the burner here, and I'm going to start this off on the stovetop, like I said, and we're going to finish it in the oven. So to start us off, nice and easy, I'm going to do a little bit of olive oil. So with our pan on, just going to drop these in there, just like that. Everything's going to happen all in one pan, and we're going to cook this up that way as well. So I'm going to add this on top. I'm going to take my onion and just clean it all up, peel it. Perfect. Get rid of this. And again, right in my food processor. Nothing to this. And again, same deal. It's going to go right in there. And already the flavors are going to start happening. Time to add our little bit of seasoning. And for this, doing some salt, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper will go into this as well. A little bit of some smoked paprika, but you can use whatever kind of paprika you want. And just keep mixing this in there. And we're already kind of getting the story going and getting it happening. Next thing, I'm going to change it up today, and instead of dried Greek oregano, I'm going to use some dried rosemary. Greeks use a lot of rosemary, and it's actually underrated in terms of Greek cooking or our recipes. Now, time to thicken things up a little bit. So for this, I'm going to use about a tablespoon or so, a heaping tablespoon of flour for my roux or my bechamel. And all I'm going to do is just scatter this on top of my potatoes and just give this a quick stir up. And what we want to do is burn out or cook out that the flour flavor or that starchiness that's in the flour. The next thing, I'm going to use a little bit of chicken stock. So now my chicken stock is actually turning into almost like a chicken gravy in there. I'm going to add a little bit now of traditional cream. About 1/2 cup of cream or so will go in there. And this again will give it a nice little elegance, a nice little flavor kick in terms of creaminess. And as well, where is it? Here. The next favorite thing for me is nutmeg. I absolutely, almost lost the nutmeg in there. And I'm going to do about 1/8 to 1/4 of a pod of nutmeg here. And this is where it all ties in terms of seasoning, in terms of flavor, because we're doing like a bechamel style sauce along with the chicken stock and the potatoes. Killer combination. Now, one of my favorite things to top with, there's feta, obviously. And what I'm also going to do is Swiss, or in this case, Emmental. I love Swiss cheese. Very, very popular in Greek cooking as well in Europe. The Greeks use this a lot. And I'm just going to take it and just put it on my, the thickest grate setting. I'm going to put that on there. So let me turn this off. And just grate it over and be generous. And just remember, the Swiss here and the feta are not only flavors, they're actually seasoning as well. Let me get my feta, and for this I'm just using my nightstand sized feta container. So I'm just going to grab a solid 100 grams to start with, and I'm just going to crumble this all over my potatoes. Now, on what planet does this not look fantastic? Just crumble it. Big chunks, small chunks, it really doesn't matter. This is going to get ooey, gooey, and absolutely delicious. And that's it, my friends. My potatoes, my scalloped potatoes are ready to go in the oven. I'm going to pop this into my 425-degree oven for about 25 to 35 minutes, or until they're actually fork tender and my cheese on top has melted. All right, my scalloped potatoes are just out of the oven, literally just out of the oven. They are GBD, baby, golden brown and delicious. My kitchen in here, my kitchen smells absolutely tremendous. It is really, really something to smell in here. And just, oh, perfect. My potatoes are literally just falling apart. They're soft, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm going to try one off the top here. It's got a little bit of cheese on it as well. Look at that. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this all day. I cannot tell you the joy I feel right now. Oh my gosh. I just tried a little tiny little morsel. A tiny little morsel. And it was so freaking delicious. It just, I get emotional over like how good this is. And so simple. Bunch of ingredients that are like in your pantry or your fridge. Unbelievable. My friends, I invite you, I challenge you to try this. This is pure, simple cooking, rustic flavors. You know what? Summer, winter, this is the bomb. And you could also, by the way, serve this cold. Trust me, I've tried, and it is fantastic. Leave it like this, throw it in your refrigerator, cool it right down. On a hot summer day at a picnic or outside in some barbecue, you are the absolute king or queen. So, my friends, that's it for this episode on my Greek-inspired scalloped potatoes in a bechamel. So you have that lovely flavor there as well in the background. It goes perfectly with the potatoes. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you did like this video, and subscribe. And check me out online as well at kensgreektable.com. You're going to find this recipe and so many others. And by the way, if I haven't gotten to a recipe yet on my website, please be patient. I'm going as fast as you can. I'm going as fast as I can, because I'm even like stuttering. You know, it just takes me a little bit of time, but I will get to all my recipe. There's like 300 something and counting. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.